welcome back to the Unraveling Soprano. I'm Heather, and this is my podcast where I talk about all the makes I worked on this week. Today, first I'm wearing, if you have watched the podcast, you know that this is my wishbone sweater. It is quite cold where I am. When I'm filming this, we're supposed to get like another polar vortex. I don't know, like, sometimes I read somewhere, like, years ago that, like, polar vortex is, it's just, like, an event that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get, like, freezing cold. It's just, like, a change in, I'm not a meteorologist, so I'm not gonna, like, wax poetic on this, but we are gonna get real cold where I am this week. So it's gonna be a perfect week for knitting because I didn't get a whole lot done last week. I didn't even touch my seedling shawl. I wish I would have like gotten some progress on it. It just didn't happen. Mostly because I was just really engrossed in the one project I was working on. And this is kind of the problem I have with having multiple WIPs, is that I will always have a favorite, and usually I will get like hyper fixated on my favorite, and then the one that like is not my favorite is neglected, and I kind of lose steam. And pretty much I cast on the my sweater dress because I wasn't really loving the process of the seedling shawl, so I kind of knew that this was going to happen. Like, if I was already not like enjoying, because the pattern isn't memorable to me. I'm sure for other people it's super easy, but to me, I'm having a hard time memorizing it. And the Aros sweater dress is just so much easier to memorize. So I'm just going to jump right into that. So this is my Aros sweater dress. I am knitting this in Knit Picks City tweed in, I think it's called Honeybee. So this is what I got so far. Last time I checked in with you, I had no collar and I had not started my sleeve. So I finished the collar. Sorry, I've got loose ends. Finished the collar. And I've started on my left sleeve, and I am actively doing my decreases. I have tried this on. I'm not going to try it on now just because I don't have enough sweater to cover my bust. So this is not that kind of YouTube channel. So I'm not going to try it on, but it's fitting really, really well. My only problem that I'm having so far is the way that the collar is laying. So you have to pick up stitches, and I am not brilliant at picking up stitches. And then you fold it over and, you pick up stitches and you knit for a certain amount of time, do a purl round, and then you knit more ribbing for a certain amount of time. And then you fold it over. And I don't know if my fold over is particularly even, because I went ahead and sewed it down because I wanted to see what I was getting. And I know that I can probably find where this is. I think it's connected right here. I think I can probably undo it. But anyway, so it's kind of floppy right now. But I'm wondering if that's gonna like go away, because when I tried this on, it's real floppy here, but like where I started the sleeve, it lays beautifully. Like, it's really, really nice. So I'm wondering if the reason why it's floppy is it doesn't have the tension of a sleeve. And so I'm hoping that that will work itself out. Because right now, it's just, that's just got that weird, like that weirdness right there. It shows up and it just kind of sticks up in a weird way. But once the sleeve is on, my hope is that there's some pull to the fabric that makes it lay really nicely. If that is the case, I think this is my new favorite crew neck sweater pattern. I really like how deep the crew is, because I find that for me, when I'm wearing crew necks, if it's too high, it just looks, I mean, it's fine. Like I can pull it off, but like it's not amazing. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe it'll pass. I think it's gonna pass. So yeah, this is a really, really great crew neck pattern. Petite Knit is known for her simple, easy patterns with really great, finished product. So I'm not that surprised, other than the fact that I have never really been able to knit a Petite Knit pattern, and have the final product that I like. With the exception, there was one of the men's sweaters I knit for somebody, and that turned out really nicely. But for me, if it was a project for me, it's either a gauge issue or an understanding of the technique issue. Not really her pattern writing. The translation is usually pretty good. But this has been great. So I'm knitting this in a size small with US 3 needles for the body. I think it calls for US 4. And so I went down a needle size, and I probably went down 2 like full sizes, because I probably should be a large, but the small is looking great. And I think it's going to have actually, like, usually I don't spend too much time caring about recommended ease, because I don't particularly look that great with oversized. I mean, like, unless it's like a sweatshirt or something, oversized stuff doesn't look great on me. So I usually try to size down even more if it's supposed to be oversized. But I do think this is going to have a little bit of ease. Like I think the recommended ease might be like 4 inches. I think I might have 2, which is great. So my plans for this sweater for this week, since it's going to be so cold, I'm not going anywhere, if I don't have to. So what the plan is I'm going to finish, hopefully I'm going to finish this sleeve maybe today. I don't know how much I actually have left to go on it. I think it's supposed to be like 15 or 16 inches before you like are done. And I'm at like 10-ish, maybe 9.5 inches. Yeah, like it's around 10 inches. So we'll see if I can get this finished today. As far as yarn management, I think I've gone through 5 balls of yarn so far. I think this is my 5th. I still don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn. I know I used a ball, like half a ball for the neck, for the collar. Half a ball, like almost a full ball for the sleeve, because I think I'm almost a little bit less than, I think I'll end up probably using this entire ball for this left sleeve, so it's a ball and a half for the sleeve. And I think I've had 3 balls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'm on my 6th. I have no idea if I'm gonna have enough yarn for this. You know, I could just count how many balls of yarn I have. Where's my excess yarn? Hold please, sorry. Okay, I have 11 balls of yarn left. I don't know if I have enough for a sweater dress. I don't want to buy more yarn. I have such a hard time figuring out how much yarn I'm either grossly over or grossly under. Like, it's not like, and to be fair, usually I overbuy. And so I've been trying to like stop that. I've been trying to buy less yarn and just accept the fact that I'm going to have to buy more yarn, but I hate doing that because I hate like stopping a project in the middle. But if I have 11 balls of yarn left, I'm really glad I bought 4 extra balls because there would have been no way with just 12 balls of yarn. I think I should be okay because that's a lot. Even if I use 2 whole balls for the right arm, that's 9 balls of yarn for the body. And I'm also doing waist decreases. And I'm probably not going to increase for the hips. So, I mean, I will increase for the hips back out, but like, it's not going to be more than like my bust measurement. So whatever stitches I have currently on the needles, I'll probably decrease that by like maybe 10 stitches and then increase that again 10 stitches. We'll see. I still have to figure out how I want to do the decreases. And then I might just have to accept the fact that it might be a knee-length dress when I really wanted it to be kind of a calf-length dress. But we'll see. Like, I do think that 9 balls of yarn isn't nothing. Like, that's not nothing for the length of a dress. It just depends on how far that goes. Yeah. And maybe I can like do the hem a little short. I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I don't foresee this sleeve taking more than this because I'm constantly decreasing every 8 or so rounds. I'm not giving away too much of the pattern information. But I'm decreasing at a steady rate for the sleeve, and there is like I over half a ball of yarn here. So yeah. We'll see. I will keep you updated. This might be much ado about nothing. I might have plenty of yarn. But yeah, so this week I want to finish that left sleeve. Finish the right sleeve would be amazing and get onto the body. I don't know if that's possible with the amount of work I want to get done on the seedling shawl because I want to finally get to a good place for that seedling shawl. I'm going to have to probably put this... I don't want to put it on hold. I don't want to put my sweater dress on hold. I want to work on it. But I need to work on the seedling shawl to get some progress on it. Because if I want to wear the seedling shawl for any amount of time, I gotta finish it while it's still cold out. So maybe I'll like put an hour of work in because I don't have, I mean, I do work today, but not for a while. So maybe I'll put an hour in with the seedling shawl and then I get to spend the rest of it, like as my reward, I'll get to work on the Aros sweater dress. But yeah, so that's all I have as far as my knitting and making for this week. I didn't get as much done as I would have hoped. I mean, I feel like I did get a lot done. I just didn't have a whole lot of time. I thought I'd have more time this week to really dedicate to that, and I just didn't, just because of how things worked out for the week. But yeah, so let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you've ever made this, and if you've ever made the Aros sweater and into a dress. Write in the comments how you were able to like figure out your yarn quantities if you didn't use the suggested yarn. Because if you use the suggested yarn, you did that, like, she gives it to you. But if you're like going rogue with yarn, especially if you're like not holding 2 yarns together, if you're doing like a DK, how did you figure that out? Because I've looked on Ravelry, And I've looked at people who are like around, I think maybe are around my size, but without having their exact measurements, I don't know. And so that's kind of what I based my yarn quantities on, is what I was seeing on Ravelry. But any other like advice or suggestions would be great. Do you think I'm going to need to buy more yarn? I don't want to. Because it's such a specific color. Like, I'm going to love this when it's done. It's going to look great. But if I have tons of this yellow yarn, I'm not going to use it. And I don't want to destash. Like, I don't even know how to do that process of like destashing on Ravelry. But yeah, so let me know if you've done this project before. Let me know what you're working on. And until I see you next time, have a great week and happy knitting. Bye!